we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
I want to talk about the word problem. We talked about the word bad, hard, difficult, and challenging. Yes or yes? I want to talk about the real problem word. And the word is itself problem. When you have a problem, what does it do to your psychology? Flushes it down the toilet, right? But I want you to understand that everything you perceive as a problem is actually a problem with perception. The person with the problem is the person with the problem. How many of you ever identify someone else in your life as your problem? How many of you ever done that? You point the finger at someone and say, that person is my problem. And if that person would stop behaving this way or acting this way or maybe cease to exist, I would be happier. How many of you get what I'm talking about? Okay? The person with the problem, however, is actually the what? The problem. Because the problem is only in our perception. Let me tell you what that means real quick. I have an absolute, undying, unfailing commitment to breakthrough. I've done over 5,000 belief breakthroughs on my own mind. And the reason why I've done that is because I am controlling my transformation. The difference between $100,000 and $1 million is a comfort level. And the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is a comfort level. So by the way, if your barometer is set at thinking $1 million is a lot of money, you're probably not going to make it. You'll be in pursuit of it. It'll seem like a positive thing, but there's also a fear and a scarcity that is ruling a part of your mind, which means that it's partially unobtainable. And that's because we have ideas that we have about money. This is your perception. In every second, you're processing 20 million bits of information. 20 million bits of information every second, but you consciously cannot perceive all of it. It's too much, so we get it on a subconscious wavelength. Consciously, when we filter it out, of the 200 million, do you know how much of it we actually get to see? We can actually perceive 200 to 400 bits of information. That's like a drop in the ocean, my friends. By the way, in everything that you perceive, right now, if I'm working on making my next $100 million, is it possible that there's a person and an opportunity here in this room that can assist me with that? Is it possible? But not if I have prejudiced my perception. So I have 20 million bits of information. I'm only perceiving 200 of them, a tiny little drop. And the question is, which one are you actually seeing? You're seeing however you have habituated your perception. Your mind is habituated by your beliefs. So for just a moment, let me ask you some questions. I'm going to throw out some beliefs, and if one of them connects with you from any point of your life, I want you to count it as a point. For example, if I were to say, I can't do it, and you're like, oof, I say that sometimes, or I think it sometimes, that's a part of my operating system. Then you would say, that's a point. Get it? So I want you to see how many of these different ideas you identify with. We'll start with that. I can't do it. I'm not fast enough. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know how. That's a problem. I'm not good looking enough. I'm too fat. I'm not smart enough. It's too hard. That's too much money. I don't have money for that. It takes money to make money. How many points do you get? Raise your hand if you got, count them up. If you can identify with at least 5 of those statements, put your hands up if you got at least 5. Okay, raise your hand if you got 7 or more. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have a winner, folks. It's CJ. Give it up for him. No, it's okay. Yes. No, thank you. Glad you're here, by the way. Those 12 beliefs that CJ has, they prejudice his perception. So for example, let's say there was an opportunity for CJ in his business to produce an extra $50,000, but it was going to require some innovation and some new intelligence he doesn't possess. Is he dispositioned to see that as an opportunity, yes or no? No, why not? Why can't he see it? Because he has a prejudice against it. Limiting beliefs are dangerous because what they do is they prejudice your vision, your perception. Your activated reticular system is basically the part of your brain combing through all this information, trying to say, I have to comb through all of this amazing amount of information to find what we're looking for. If you have a belief that says, I can't do it, then what you actually want is what? Can't. And then when you can't, you're validated. Is this weird? This is really weird. So by the way, you're going to make your limiting beliefs and your limitless beliefs true. This is why we have to get rid of them. If you can't purge the limiting beliefs from your system, you'll prejudice your opportunities and you're not going to see opportunity. It's right in front of your nose, but you can't have it because your mind is too busy getting what you really want, which is too fat, too slow, too old, too dumb, because those are wants. Whatever your limiting belief is, you want it. Raise your hand if you think that's real jacked up. I should see every hand on that one. I'm trying to make an argument over these 4 days that you guys get like raging pissed over anything that's in your head that is holding you back. Like, get it out of here. Because when you do, you start getting everything that you want, what you really, really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Tell me. Sorry. All right. So, I'm glad they were slow on that cue. I did not want to hear that song. So, problems. First of all, the first problem is believing that you have problems. Will it serve you? How many of you have inappropriately leveraged the word problem to produce negative emotions in the past? Because you get that the byproduct of perceiving a problem is a negative emotion. And then when you get a negative emotion, are you more or less capable of overcoming the problem? More or less capable of overcoming the problem, folks? You're less capable. Show up! Way too slow. What happened? Pause. Sit down. Guys, 1 second. This is really important. You remember all the times in your life they told you that practice makes perfect? That's a lie. Perfect practice makes perfect. Do you guys get that? Never train lame physiology when retraining your psychology. We are linking your body to your heart to your mind. We're restructuring your belief system. Do not lag. Do not do it with less energy, because how you do some things is how you do all things. So don't do that. Show up. Excellent. So I want you to understand that problems are a problem in your perception, and they are indicative of a problem with a belief. Instead of solving the problem, solve the error in your thinking so that you don't have to relive it as a pattern. A belief will show up over and over again until you can reconcile it. It will never stop showing up till the day you die. They don't die, because when you make a decision about yourself, you make it forever. It's never going to change on its own until you can develop a process to change what isn't working, which is why later today, I'm going to freak you out. I'm going to do a process seriously that's going to like maybe make you wet yourself a little bit. Don't be afraid, a little bit. The purpose of the exercise puts you outside of your comfort zone so you can face real fear. I'm going to put a process in front of you that I've seen people break bones over. You all signed the waiver, right? Oh, good. You'll have to sign the waiver to participate in the process. There is some danger to exiting your comfort zone. How many of you get this? You see, everything that you want that you don't have is outside your comfort zone, but what else is out there? Things you don't want, things that have not gone your way. Your fears are also out there, so it's risky business. Oprah says, the thing you fear most has no power. The fear of it has the power. Facing the truth sets you free. here's the truth for you to look at. Stop seeing problems. Only see solutions. In my household, I've got my wife here and my kids. We have a rule. My kids are never allowed to say, Dad, we have a problem. And I always say, try again. We don't believe in that P word here. It's like, Dad, and they're like, oh, Dad, something happened I don't like. Try again. Dad, I'm having an experience. Good. Tell me about your experience. Okay, what am I doing? I'm training my children that some language is more dangerous than others. If your life is full of hard, difficult, challenge, hopeless, can't, then those are your building blocks that you'll gravitate toward the moment things get challenging. Hello, everything to achieve anything you haven't before is going to be challenging, but you can make it impossible if you're building with the wrong blocks. So you eliminate them. They're no longer options in your world.